Zell Boy Army, welcome to another spicy one on the channel. We have 3 new Prime Moment Icon SBCs. One of these in particular is a very good one. I like the look of one of them in particular. I've been talking about them quite a lot, or talking about this icon quite a lot, so we're going to get into it. If you like this type of video where I talk about the latest content, give you advice on the best players in the game, tactics, tips, gameplay tutorials, then make sure you subscribe, like the video, because I'm doing this type of content for you guys every day. To go there, oh, it's Haber with an absolutely huge spicy raid. I appreciate that. Welcoming everyone. We're just recording a video looking at the new Icon SBCs, but appreciate the raid, Ryan. Thank you very much, my man. So we've got Ballack, Rui Costa, Schmeichel. If you're in the Twitch stream, by the way, and you like the look of one of these guys, then let me know. What do you guys think? We've got Ballack, who is the one that I've been talking about a lot recently, saying he looks pretty good value. Very well-rounded card. Like, if you look, his worst stat on his base card is 82, which is very, very good. He's got the 4-star, 4-star. He's 6'2", so he's got that pretty big body type in game. Very well-rounded. We'll go in depth on the cards once we start talking about them. We're just having a quick overview of them. Rui Costa, probably a bit underrated, to be honest. Not as in I'm not saying his card's underrated, but more so people don't really give this card any credit. But like 4-star, 4-star again. He's quick, solid shot, good passing dribbling. 88 strength is really good. I don't think his lower grade cards are that good, but I think it's a decent card, to be honest. And then Schmeichel, obviously the Man U legend or icon. For me, keepers are very much personal preference on this game. It just depends what you like in a keeper. I won't really change from Team of the Year Neuer for the rest of the year until maybe get to Team of the Season if there's some really good ones there. But yeah, Schmeichel has some great stats. I think 97 reflexes right now might be the highest a keeper has on reflexes. I don't know. Crazy card though, but any Moments Icon keeper should be. Obviously, what matters is the prices. If you're in my Twitch stream watching this, can you give me an idea of how much you reckon this is going to cost? I don't do loads of SBCs, so I'm not the best at being able to say, oh, this card's going to cost this much. But Ballack, he's got, how many squads is it? He has 7 squads. These are available for 50 days, by the way. So you've got a lot of time to grind, work towards them. Ballack has a bronze and a silver squad, so it's basically like 5 squads. These squads are so cheap. The 83, it's an interesting squad, SBC, Little Kaiser. An 83, what, going to be 30, 40k? That's pretty cheap. 85, maybe 100k. So we're at 140, 150k now. I think it's because fodder's cheaper as well now. 86 rated, we're looking at maybe another 150k, so we're getting maybe 350. Maybe 250 for that one. 300 maybe. So 650. Am I right in thinking this Ballack's looking at about 1 to 1.2 mil for the SBC? Am I wrong there? I don't know. 1 to 1.2 on Xbox? That'd be what I'd expect from what the SBCs are. If there's anyone in the stream watching who knows generally what the price of SBCs are, let me know. But if he's around 1 to 1.2 mil, that seems pretty decent. And the low chem as well, and low chemistry means it's a lot easier. This card, though, honestly, for midfielders, I always say, the key stats you generally want, depends if they're playing as like the Destroyer or the Creator role. But this Ballack, for me, is able to do both. I would rather him play the Destroyer role because whilst he's not bad on the ball, he's not great going forward with that agility and balance. But as a Destroyer, he's quick enough. You could put a shadow on him to up his defending. He doesn't really need any shooting boost. And then he gets 92 to 93 pace. That's pretty crazy, to be honest. Even at this point of the game, that's very good for a guy with the rest of his stats. The shooting's fantastic. Doesn't need a shooting boost, which is nice. Most midfielders do. And 4-star, 4-star is really solid. The key passing stats are vision, short pass, and long pass. He's insane on that. Like, he's got really elite passing. He will be fine on the ball with 88 dribbling. He's not going to be able to dance like Messi, but he's good enough on the ball. You're not going to find him really clunky. Someone in my chat just asked, is he better than Kante? He is a miles better player than Kante. Even if Kante gets Kante's not going to get a team this season, but if Kante got a 95, this Ballack would be a lot better still, in my opinion. For me, midfielders who could do a bit of everything, all-rounded ones, are really good. I do really like this Ballack, though. I used his 89 earlier this year. Yes, it was earlier in the game where he will have been more usable, but this is like a big, big upgrade on the 89 Ballack, so I can only imagine this card being elite. I am tempted to do him. It just depends if I have enough fodder. I did waste a lot of fodder on the player icon pick. I wish I hadn't now because I could have done this card for free, basically, and he's really good. His defending, the defending awareness I would like to be a bit higher, but as a CDM, he is still pretty good. He's still pretty good, to be honest. The heading accuracy does make the defending look a bit better than it is, but yeah, very nice defending still. And then his physicals are pretty elite. You could always go an anchor if you don't care as much about the pace. For me, he is near enough an endgame card. Yes, when we get to team of the season in about 2 months' time, might be slightly longer than 2 months, I don't know. There might be some cards that come out that are maybe slightly better. But for me, he's good enough to be an endgame card. If he's like 1 million coins to 1.2 for the SBC and you've got a lot of fodder to do him cheap, you are not going to get a better midfielder than him. I love Goretzka, and this Ballack card is slightly better, in my opinion, especially with the extra skill moves. And Goretzka's like 500-600k without the icon chemistry. So yeah, I really like the look of that Ballack. Personally, he's the best SBC we've had this year in terms of most meta player for his position. Rui Costa, not great defensively. I do think you can get away with him at a CDM on this game because he's got the physical and pace, but he'd more so be the creator player. 4-star, 4-star. Portuguese is a good nation, remember, on this year's game. We've got Eusebio and Figo, who are the other good Portuguese icons, but you can link Rui Costa with players like CR7, Bruno Fernandes. There's plenty of other Portuguese players, I'm sure. Ballack or Lam at CDM, definitely Ballack. And that Ballack will be better than any Mateus card on this game. For me, this Rui Costa as a CDM, maybe even a Lam or a Ram, honestly, is a good card. With a Hunter on, he gets 98 pace, 92 finishing, 97 shot power, long shots. He's got great passing and dribbling anyway. He's very strong. He's not going to be insane on the ball, but honestly, for what I'm going to expect him to cost, he's going to be pretty decent. 82, 80. So the 82 and 80 rated squad barely cost 84, 86, 86. What's this Rui Costa going to cost? Like 500k? If he's about 600k, that's pretty cheap, to be honest. If you can do him for cheap and you don't have a great team, then this Rui Costa's going to be good. This isn't an endgame card. I'm not going to bullshit you. He's definitely not an endgame card, but he's very solid and can fit in a lot of teams and will be a lot better than most people give credit. This Ballack is definitely near enough endgame, in my opinion, though. Yes, if we're saying endgames like Moments, Vieira, and Hullet, no, he's not. But they're nearly unobtainable anyway, unless you've got $1,000 lying around. Peter Schmeichel, keeper. I don't personally care to spend a lot on keepers for the most part. The only keeper I've loved this year is Team the Neuer. How much is he coming at though? Be cheap. So those two squads don't really count. 80, 84, 85, 85. I mean, is he like 300, 350k? If he's 300, 350k, then that's pretty cheap, especially if you have fodder or if you need an icon chemistry for a keeper. Pretty decent value. I think the SBCs have started to get more value. I hope it's not just cynical from EA thinking, oh, the game's dying anyway. It's been out quite a while, so we're happier to give them cheaper SBCs. I'd like them to do better value SBCs throughout the year. But honestly, if I had to rate let's say 1 is like useless and 10 is endgame, like as good as it gets. Ballack for me is like an 8.5 or a 9. 10's being like Moments, Hullet, and Vieira. Like I say, they're just unobtainable unless you know someone at EA. Rui Costa would be like a 6 or a 7. And Peter Schmeichel's probably like an 8 or a 9, but I don't care too much for keepers. I like Team the Neuer a lot as well because he has the elite speed, which Schmeichel doesn't for the one-on-ones, but don't get me wrong, Schmeichel's still going to be a beast. I really like this set of SBCs, though. They need to just release more, though, that's what I would say. I think they need to release more, but these look pretty good value in my opinion. Appreciate you guys watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, keep it spicy.